Well, you know that psychic I see?
Yeah?
Well, she told me that I'm going to die this week, so I'm kind of bummed about that. Yeah, and I know you guys don't know a lot about psychic readings, but that one is pretty much the worst one you can get.
Phoebe, that's crazy.
I can't believe she would say that to you.
Yeah, honey, you don't believe her, do you?
I don't know if she, said that I'd have triplets, but she also said one of them would be black.
Just out of curiosity, did she tell you how you're going to go?
No, because she didn't tell me I was going to die till the very end of the session, and I was not going to waste a whole other hour there. I mean, I've only got a week left, I've really got to start living now.
I love that episode. Have you seen it? Phoebe's psychic tells her that she's going to die. And so that for the rest of the episode, Phoebe exhausts herself trying to prepare for her own death, whenever that may be. And she tries to prepare the rest of them for her death because she says that she wants to warm them up. But then, towards the end of the episode, Phoebe gets some good news. Check this out.
Hey! Listen to this. My reading was wrong. I'm not going to die.
Really? How do you know?
Because my psychic is dead. She must have read the cards wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Better her than me. Hey, let's make cookies!
So seriously now, I want you to pause this video and discuss this question. Have you ever messed with any kind of psychic stuff? Go ahead and pause this video and discuss that. Deuteronomy 18:10-12 says this. Listen to this. Let no one be found among you who sacrifices his son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or who is a medium or spiritualist or consults the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord. Even if it's just for fun, the truth is that you should never mess with fortune tellers. I've never had anything to do with any kind of psychic stuff. It always kind of freaked me out. But I do remember one time when I was in junior high, I was at my friend Adam Tucker's house, and he wanted to pull out this Ouija board. And I thought to myself, no way. I told him there is no way that I wanted him to pull that out. Not because I was a good Christian kid or anything, but because it freaked me out. I was scared to death of that kind of stuff. But the truth is that you should never mess with any kind of psychic stuff. But there's a problem. It seems as though there's fortune telling going on in the Bible. One of the times is in Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Now I know you don't have your Bibles, so go ahead and go get Bibles and look up Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, and I'll wait for a minute. So Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14 says this, Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. What is the sign? The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son, and will give him the name Emmanuel. Now let me give you the difference between fortune telling and prophecy. Fortune telling is not from God. Prophecy is from God. Fortune telling is someone trying to read the future. Prophecy is proclaiming God's truth. Fortune telling is sometimes right and sometimes wrong. Prophecy is always right because God keeps his promises. And so that's our point today. God keeps his promises. Do you remember what Isaiah 7:14 says? It says, Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. And what is the sign? The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel. And so who is that son? Well, obviously it's Jesus, right? And the crazy thing is that that was written 700 years before Jesus was even born. And it happened. And check out what Matthew chapter 1 verses 21 through 23 says. It says, "She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." All this happened to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. You see, God keeps his promises. All right, so get this. 700 years before Jesus was born, it was prophesied that a virgin would give birth to a son, and he would be the Messiah. And it happened. See, God keeps his promises. Now, what does this mean for me? And what does this mean for you? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in our small groups today. So let's go ahead and break up.